Welcome back to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors Podcast, your destination for the latest in streaming and movie news and reviews. We're your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. All right, so today we're going to cover our first looks at Dead Ringers and Asteroid City, Deadpool 3 casting news, new projects from Kurt Sutter and Ryan Coogler, an update on the Jonathan Majors fiasco that's going on there, and some changes happening in the House of Mouse. We're also talking Ted Lasso, The Mandalorian, Succession, Yellowjackets, and Tetris. Now let's start the show. How we living there, fellas?
Yeah, good. I just had a pretty productive day there. I was chilling out with B and the parents. Just had they came over for the day and we were just relaxing.
Nice.
Smart. Yeah, I was like had a busy day yesterday. I did like a guest spot on a pod yesterday. So it was
Nice.
called Film Trace. And man, they were like some structured O's. We talked about Dead Ringers and Serpent and the Rainbow. It was the first time that I ever like seen those movies as well. It was like, yeah, it was actually like a really cool spot. And then had a party yesterday, and then today I was just got lazy with it. I broke the Udi out. You know what I mean? I was comfy.
Mm.
How about you there, Bado?
It was good. I was watch movies all weekend. It was excellent. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So let's start off with our trailers there. So we got our first trailer for that Florida Man movie. I didn't know what this was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I really thought it was just going to be like a whole season of different funny stories that you
Yeah.
hear about. Like, because you always see the Florida Man sort of what's his face running from the cops, smashes his car, flies over the rail, lands in the water, gets attacked by alligator. Like that's the sort of stuff that I thought we'd be seeing, but it's not. So the Hands of Steel, what's his name?
Edgar Ramirez.
Edgar Ramirez is starring in this along with that Aussie chick from what's his face, Lovecraft Country. So it's about her sort of disappearing. He's a degenerate gambler. They have to go. The guy that he's loaned money of says, if you can bring her back, then what's his face? Your debt is settled. He's like, all right, cool. So he ventures out, goes to Florida, and then basically it looks like he's trying to find her. This is not what I was expecting. I think our idea is better than that.
Yeah. Still looks pretty entertaining. I like Edgar Ramirez, man. It looks like it's a show though.
I think it is a show.
Am I wrong? Yeah, it is a show. Yeah. I like that guy. I always like had big sort of not plans, but I thought he was going to be
expectations.
Expectation. I thought he was going to be bigger than he actually was.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing him in Domino, I had a look. You know what I mean? But then he did Wrath of the Titans, and
that was for the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was low-key hoping this was going to be an Atlanta spinoff because when I heard Florida Man, I just went straight to Darius when he's talking about Florida Man.
It's the Alligator Man. We got our first trailer for Elemental. So this is a new Pixar Disney film over there. Hopefully it comes out in the cinemas. Usual Pixar fare. Looks like it's going to be, sad and whatnot. So yeah, I was kind of like in trailer, like you see like more of her interacting with the water, but I want to see her interact with the air because as soon as the air hits her, it's like big old explosions.
Yeah. Fucking oath.
Yeah.
And fire tornadoes and shit.
Yeah. What movie was that?
That was a movie, That was a movie. I was just thinking, I was like, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
There was a fire tornado.
It's Max. It's Fury Road.
Yeah.
The truck explodes and it just engulfs it anyway.
Yeah.
I was thinking today actually that Mad Max is probably the greatest Aussie film ever made.
The original or Fury Road?
Yeah, the original.
The original?
Yeah.
We got I think it's the second trailer for The Master Gardener.
I didn't see it first.
Yeah, I think there was a teaser before this, and then there was this trailer. So in this trailer, we find out that Aussie royalty, what's his name?
The Edge.
The Edge. Joel Edgerton. He's working as a gardener. Obviously, he gets really close to this girl that's working there. She, person of color. You find out the backstory that he was like, full on white power. Looks like he killed someone. He's hiding it.
Mm.
Um, what's his face? And it looks like he needs to go kill some more people after this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is done by the hater. What's his name?
Frey.
Yeah, that. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I reckon it's
Yeah.
gonna be pretty good. It
This
should
was,
be good.
I'm getting like mad history of violence vibes from it.
yeah.
But he looks dangerous by the end of it. That shaved head, like pulling the guns and shit. I thought he was like undercover cop.
No, I thought that was at the start. I thought he
Mm.
worked for the cops at the start there, and he
Yeah,
put his
Yeah.
friends away.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
When
that's
I,
too much like that other movie with what's his face, Billy Elliot. That other true story. That's a true story.
mm,
Yeah.
oh, I was thinking that You Were Never Really Here movie with Joaquin, how he's a
Mm.
hitman. That's the vibes I was getting at the start.
Yeah.
We got a trailer for Shooting Stars. I didn't see this one.
This is the LeBron one. This is
Yeah.
like
I
the
did see this one.
LeBron
Yeah, so this
Peacock show.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like the Peacock LeBron sort of biopic. I did see this trailer. I just didn't know what it was. What's his face? It looks all right. It doesn't look as good as what's his face.
Yeah.
The one that's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Winning time?
Yeah,
That-
Winning Time.
Mm.
LA
Yeah.
Lakers story. That one is excellent.
Mm.
That show's next level. We got a little clip from Dead Ringers, which comes out this week,
21st April.
21st, next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So just after Easter there. I don't think they wanted to release it this week in Easter, to be
No.
honest. And it's just a scene of them talking in a diner about like the lab and what they want to set up and how they want to do it their way and all that sort of stuff. But you get a shot of each. You get to see each twin
Yeah.
and the sort of personalities, how different they are.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. We got a second trailer for Evil Dead Rise. This looks excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Like from what we're hearing from the US, because it's out over there, it's excellent. The movie,
Yeah.
it's next level.
Can't wait, man.
I
Mm.
can't
Couple of
wait either.
weeks.
Couple of weeks. And the last trailer is White House Plumbers. So this is a story with what's his face, Woody Harrelson and the DJ from
Justin Theroux.
Justin Theroux.
Yeah.
And they are supposedly working for Nixon to try and get him elected again, but end up causing Watergate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because this is a true story. I don't know if these guys were that dumb that they're playing out to be, but yeah, this is a true story. But yeah, it looks great. It's HBO. It's Woody Harrelson over at HBO.
It looks crazy, man.
Fun times.
Like in the trailer, we're not changing any names because everyone was basically guilty. And that's not just them, it's their wives, their accomplices, everyone.
Their
'Cause it's
kids.
almost yeah. But they're playing this one for laughs though.
Oh man,
This is feeding off of like the fucking ironic bullshit that they were kind of like, pursuing in there. Wild.
I love the what's his face. Yeah, but maybe the fourth time it'd be better. You've broken into this place 3 times already. Yeah, this looks good. It looks funny.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on with our casting. So Liv Tyler is supposedly going to come back to Cap 4 as Betty.
Yeah.
So she is the daughter of the president in this new one, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
It's weird that the president hasn't sort of given the whole sort of clemency. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's personal at that point.
He's still
You know what I
after
mean?
him.
Thaddeus got a fucking hard on for Bruce big time.
Just leave him alone.
Can't fuck the first daughter and get away with that.
He changed halfway as well. Hulk got a piece of that. All right. So that should be good. I always like her.
Same.
He's always good. All right. So Matthew McFadden is joining, who's Tom Wombat. What's his Wongabs?
Womgams, yeah.
Yeah, in Succession. He will be joining Deadpool 3 in a mystery role, as well as Karen Sony and Leslie Uggams. I honestly think that Tom is going to be Mr. Sinister.
That's what I was thinking.
That look about him.
He's got the face shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
he looks lean in Succession. Like I gotta
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
like he's really
Ripped.
lean. You're getting ripped for your little model set.
The disgusting brothers. Oh fuck.
He's a dick.
It's cool though that Dopinder
Yeah.
and Blind Owl are coming back though. I
Yeah.
was like, you need that in there. Like they now that they've moved across to the MCU, they haven't forgotten about the roots. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Can't do that.
I can't.
The Blind Owl is like the best character in that movie.
Fucking oath.
Hopefully, like, at least I can picture it of Deadpool and Wolverine in the back of that fucking cab with Dopinder and having that little introduction and then how they work it.
Yeah.
Blind Owl is going to be in that seat next to Dopinder. You know
Yeah.
it is. Or
Yeah.
she's going to be driving, to be honest.
Fucking hell.
You don't know.
Maybe Wolverine was one of her previous lovers as well.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or-
That'd be a good joke, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the multiverse, she can see.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That'd be cool. All right, so staying with Marvel, basically for the rest of this. So Adi Fushan is going to play Harry in Daredevil. Back again, I want to call it.
Born again.
Born again.
Back in the habit.
Fucking hell.
And Demetrius Gross is going to play the Grim Reaper in the Disney Plus Wonder Man show.
Yeah.
I don't know
Nice.
who that is.
He's it's Wonder Man's brother. He gets jealous of Abdul Mateen's successes, and so he creates his alter ego. and
No,
goes
no, but
from-
like who is Demetrius Gross?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I don't know either. It's a gross name. Haha.
This,
Alrighty.
That is it. That is it for our casting.
nice.
Cool. So moving into On the Radar, so we have another Kurt Sutter piece. This is going to be a Western series called The Abandons, and this one's starring Lena Headey. So the story unfolds in 1850s Oregon and follows a group of diverse outlier families seeking to manifest their destiny. These abandoned souls, living on the fringe of society, unite their tribes to form a family and fight back against corrupt forces of wealth and power who covet their land. So the series will explore that bloody process, the fine line between survival and law, the consequences of violence, and the corrosive power of secrets. It's Game of Thrones all over again.
Like they are going after that Yellowstone money.
But Hetty specifically is going to play Fiona, who's a strong and devout matriarch, unable to have her own children. So she takes in these 4 orphans to create her own family, and driven by a higher purpose and a strong-willed Irish temper, her faith and love for them trump all.
Does
Nice.
it sound like the prequel, like very far prequel to Sons to you guys?
Yeah.
The Irish roots. It
Hmm.
also sounds like that movie about the Jews that they set up the mafia essentially in the Western time. You know that movie that show that's supposed to come out.
No, what's
You guys
that?
remember that?
No.
So we reported on it ages ago. It's a show where they're talking about the frontiersmen and all that sort of stuff, and how at the start they had to sort of band together, and it was the Jews and the Italians that sort of banded together to keep themselves
Yeah.
safe. Remember? And then that was the sort of onset of like Omerta and all that sort of stuff in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
Yeah.
That's Sutter's bag.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I mean, pulling together like the kind of the dregs and the unlikely to work together.
Dregs.
That's
I don't
so
mean that
tough,
in a
man.
bad way.
I love
Dregs is good people. You know what I mean? Dregs is my people.
Atto is my
Andrea.
latte.
I was the bar key.
Sticking with Netflix, they've also handed out a straight-to-series 8-episode order for Man on Fire. So if you're thinking correctly. Yes, this is this Tony Scott one from 2004 as well, the one with Denzel, and also the 87 Italian feature with Scott Glenn as well. So
Supposed to be fire, you know.
What is that
Really?
called? Because I was thinking the whole weekend.
It
that was a
Creasy, man on a mission.
fire. If I can find it, I'll get it to you. But but just on top of that as well, so Carl Killen, so the guy who was behind Fear Street, is on board as a writer, executive producer, and a showrunner of the series. And it's going to be based on the first 2 of the 5-book run, which was done by AJ Quinnell, also known as Philip Nicholson. One thing that did put a bad taste in my mouth was Killen was the showrunner for the Halo TV series. I understand it's not just him solely, but I got a little bit wary there for a second. And I was
Yeah.
like,
it was actually called Man on Fire as well.
Wow.
ah,
Joe
Okay.
Pesci was in here, Jonathan Price, Danny Aiello, all the
Oh,
hits.
wow.
wow.
All the
That is a
hits.
quality cast.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Look at
oath.
us unearthing it.
Even that poster is mean as well.
Yeah, it's a fire poster too.
Yeah. That's fucking cool, man. But yeah, so this one's going to follow John Creasy again. For those who don't know, he was a broken ex-mercenary, and he's on a mission to avenge the death of his only friend while protecting his fallen comrade's daughter from the forces that destroyed her family. So this was Dakota Fanning and Radha Mitchell, and then it was, I forgot Homeboy's name. I swear he's the dude who sings Miss California, but that's not it.
Yeah, he is that
He
singer.
is?
He was laying in the cut with J-Lo for a little while there. Mark Anthony.
That's the one.
Mark Anthony. Yeah.
I was thinking Anthony Lapali for a second.
That's wrong.
Who was not laying in the cut with J-Lo.
But super fucking exciting for that as well, man. Like exciting, but also a little bit But I'm waiting to see the trailer, and I'm waiting to see who they cast as Creasy as well.
Yeah. Sometimes it is that casting. Creasy's like can be in any man,
Yeah,
as long as he's broken
Yeah.
and alcoholic. You know.
Yeah. It's funny because the plot is, I was looking at the plot, damn near the same as film.
Oh shit.
And this is like based on a book as well, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly there's like 5 books in this series. So
Yeah.
there's supposed to be continuing adventures of Creasy. So
You know what I always thought about? You know when we first watched Man on Fire, I always used to call it like fucking Man of Fire, but anyways.
yeah.
But this was talking about how Creasy took out Devo's at the end. You know, he's dying in the car.
Yeah.
And this was like, you reckon he tucked one of those explosives in the suppository? Fuck, I was had a little fucking chuckle when I was reading this article.
Walking funny at the end there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Old Mate from Old Guard to play Creasy in here, the Italian one. That was Jafar's partner. I reckon he'd be cool in this role. But then I'm honestly at a loss for whoever else could play this. Paul Rudd.
Fucking hell. That was got to be dangerous, you know what I mean? It's not unsuspecting.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, can you imagine? Tiny beanie ass.
It's got to be real on the nose, and they just get John David Washington.
Oh shit!
He'd never do it.
Nah. He's probably
Yeah,
got the same agreement with, not agreement, but it's like Wyatt. He's like, I'll never do a film my father's done.
Yeah, it's good.
it
Yeah.
could be what's his face. It's over there at Netflix, so it could be that Reggie
Sean
G.
Page.
Joe Page. Yeah,
Oh yeah, true. Neck Minute is just Jamie Foxx.
that's
He's kind of aged like same.
yeah. He's not that much younger than Denzel.
No.
True. Good work. But so moving on, we have Ryan Coogler to develop an X-Files show. So we don't have any word on a cast, but they said it is to include a more diverse cast for this as well. But as we know, this followed Mulder and Scully from back in the day. Sounds fucking cool though, but we don't know if it's going to be a ground up reboot, if it's going to be another revival, or it's going to be a legacy sequel or something else. We just know that it's in the works right now, but it's pretty cool that they got the Cougs on top of this as well.
Yeah, as long as the show is about the fucking files, you know what I mean? I don't want it to just be like the diverseness being the focal point.
Yeah,
Because X Files had some fire episodes.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there's still stuff in there that scares me today.
That
Ooh,
Peacock's
yeah.
episode, B,
Yeah.
is the like single best episode. You know, they could only screen that episode once, and then they pulled it from the rotation because it
That's
was too
wild, eh?
violent.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did a rewatch of that recently.
Mhm.
Just that episode. It still holds up, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who directed that episode?
I don't know, but it was actually someone that had them chops, I think. Pretty sure. Because it was the one that they were kind of leading up to. That was the one that was gonna hook Oz in.
Yeah. So I'm hoping they just do like a 12 and not like a half an hour like it was back at all. No, they weren't. They were like
They
42
full.
minutes,
Yeah.
I think, back in the day. But I hope they do 12, and I hope that it's sort of like, it is the sort of new version of the Twilight Zone and that sort of stuff where it's, I understand that people want to see Mulder and the sister and what happened with that and
Mm.
all that other nonsense, but still, I want to see, you know, all the freaky sort of cases.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
those
I
cases.
I agree. Like there should be that serialness about it, as
Yeah.
opposed to having just like the big arching storyline across
Mm.
across all 12. Yeah, I agree. And if they made this an FX show rather than a Fox whatever,
Yes, yes,
you know what I
yes.
mean? So it's not prime time, it's more streaming.
It's a
That'd
streaming show.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
yeah.
So it was Kim Manners. Kim Manners who
Okay.
directed the
I don't
episode.
know.
Apparently, he was just a big player for Supernatural and X Files. Like he was a producer and he directed some episodes too.
Okay. Good for him. On you, Kim. On you.
On you, mate. But that's all we have on the radar right now.
Beautiful. All right. Moving into our news and development. So got a big update there on the whole John Majors fiasco.
Mm.
So so far what we had heard was that he had been taken into custody and the lawyer had said we're going to clear his name, we're going to clear all this shit up. And then what they did was they released the like the list of events that kind of happened. So apparently it started in the car, it escalated into the apartment, and all of the damage on the woman was actually self-harm.
Mhm.
Jonathan Majors didn't do anything. That was then later backed up by text messages that this woman, who's like a mystery woman, because Jonathan Majors is like protecting her identity, uh, in two texts basically saying, I told them not to arrest you, but as per normal procedure, when the ambulance is called in a domestic suit, a domestic incident, they have to arrest the other person, which is weird. But I suppose that's the procedure. But yeah, it looks like Jonathan Majors is kind of cleared of everything.
Oh, good.
There was some bullshit floating on Twitter. Someone was like, "There's an up and coming star who like everyone loves, but is really a piece of shit that treats others like trash. But she never came out and said it was Jonathan Majors, and people were like, "Oh, this is trending, and that's happening at the same time." But yeah, I don't think Majors kind of did anything. If the woman's coming forth and saying, "Hey, like nothing was supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to be on the hook for this."
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it does look like it's a case of jealousy though, because she was like, "I tried to get your phone, so maybe with him blowing up, you know what I mean?" But she still says in the same text, "But you didn't hit me or anything."
She says it's her fault. I shouldn't have grabbed your phone. Yeah. Did he did he like put hands on her for grabbing at his phone? Is that what he did?
I have no idea. From the
Honestly,
lawyer's perspective, it looks like he's clear, but you don't know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Supposedly there's video footage of it.
I
Of
was
him
just
putting
about to
hands on
ask.
her.
Yeah.
Apparently,
No,
they.
the lawyer
Oh,
said that we have video evidence. So,
but they've got all of their ducks in a row. Even even the driver is willing to come forward and put a statement down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it looks like he's cleared.
he spent a little bit of his what's his face money there. His Ant-Man money, his Marvel Disney money.
You reckon they go
I've seen
forward with
Ray
that?
Donovan. Sorry.
You reckon they're going to go forward with him in the MCU?
That there are reports saying that The Rock has supposedly stepped up and said, "Hey, I will step in um for what's his face? What's his name? John
Majors.
Majors. If you guys don't want to go ahead with it,
I thought that was an April Fool's joke because it dropped today.
I don't know because
So
I
Oz
didn't
hasn't
see it
sent through
today.
any news because of April Fools.
You're right. Oh,
Yeah, because I've seen that as well, but then no other news outlet backed it up, and I was like, all right, here we go. But yeah, moving on to another star in the MCU, Jeremy Renner, who's now making a full recovery. He's now walking, albeit with the aid of a walking instrument. He also sat down with ET and talked about the incident itself, and he said he'd do it again. And then he broke down in tears, and ET were there to capture it.
of course they were.
They were like hurting him towards that emotional breakdown. But anyways, give the man some fucking
Content,
space.
Renner, content.
I don't know if this is also something about the quality of the show, but a horse has died on the set of the Rings of Power season 2. PETA have gone full on fucking like mafia, like they're swarming that set. Like apparently though, it was the horse had a heart attack, and uh, yeah, they're saying it's quite common. You know what I mean? These horses to kind of do that. It was on a beach. They had like the Humane Society representative there as well while the horse was kind of going through its motions.
Hmm,
Sad. I don't like to see any wildlife die on a film set. It's just a
me
fucking
neither.
movie.
I'm trying to remember what movie it is where they're like, these horses will guide you to safety until their hearts give out or something, and you see them get off and the horse is just like
Fucking hell. On Gladiator, he ran that horse to death.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
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 What I thought of straight away was Reacher. If they're dead, they died of embarrassment.
That's wild. The Aristocats, the Disney live action remake, which was the last animated movie that Walt actually approved and kind
Wow.
of seen.
Wow.
Mm, I know, because that seemed quite recent.
Yeah.
Has so the live action remake has found its director in Questlove, From the Roots, and Oscar winner from Summer of Soul, which I
Oh,
think is
man.
that's it's
I love it.
it's I love it too. These are big moves, and I love it for Questlove, especially for
Love
Questlove.
it.
You know how long this motherfucker has been doing his thing and not
Mm.
gotten the recognition that he deserves. Um, but I also think that getting him to direct kind of it allows him to deflect and also bring his sense of taste to some of the more tasteless things that happen in the Aristocats.
Mm.
There's a wild race of shit. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's true.
We are Siamese, if you please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have the Biao little punch there. Killers of the Flower Moon is releasing in cinemas on 6th of October and Apple TV Plus on the 20th of October. It's getting its Cannes debut very, very shortly, which is a little bit wild because it is nearing 4 hours. It is
Mm.
damn near a 4-hour movie, which is wild. Secret Invasion is releasing on Disney Plus from the 21st of June. Nice. Lionsgate is very, very keen on more John Wick 5. They're investing in
Yes,
it. They got the Continental. They got Ballerina. They'd want to make the John Wick 5 after it hit 100 million, over 140 million in its first week. Even though that second week was a 62% drop off, but you know what I mean? It's an R-rated
Yeah.
movie, and we got Dungeons and fucking Dragons coming out. Kids are going wild. Still going to make 30 million in its second weekend. Know what I mean? It's big numbers.
What am I looking at here? Oh, this is just recently. So it's only up to 7 million. But they did more money in that first week than Ant-Man did, man.
Yeah, fucking earth. But what I'm sort of seeing is that Dungeons and Dragons might have a big debut this week, but their second week might not be it, and John Wick might move up into that third spot.
I'd say so. I'm hearing though that it's supposed to have legs. I'm
Hmm.
hearing that Dungeons and Dragons is supposed to do Uncharted numbers, so around that 400 million mark,
400,
which is
yeah,
really, really good
that is good.
when you think about it. I mean, the movie wasn't made for that much money.
Yeah. And Uncharted had a more recent install base than Dungeons and Dragons did, even though like
Very
that
true.
D&D community is massive. But the
Yep.
last D&D movie that came out was kind of panned critically.
Was it the Yui Bowl? Didn't Yui Bowl do one? Remember? Yeah,
Did
in the
he?
name of the king is based on some.
Oh, that was Dungeon Siege.
That was Dungeon Siege.
Yeah, that's Statham doing all sorts of wild flips and shit in the forest. Fucking hell. Megalopolis, which is Francis Ford's next
Yeah.
much anticipated movie, is eyeing a 2024 release.
Mm.
So what he's doing is he's putting together like a graphic novel as well as the film. So when it drops, they both drop together. Some new for Francis Ford, some different.
Nice little companion piece there. I like it.
Yeah. I was like that. Vincent D'Onofrio says that Daredevil 2, Season 2 is a go. But what the tabloids are kind of saying is that it could potentially be that it's a 9-episode structure for the first season and then a 9-episode structure for the second season because they're filming 18 episodes sort of back to back to back. Yeah.
Nice.
Zack Snyder was saying the Planet of the Dead 2 is still being developed, which is pretty cool. I'd like to see that expanded on, even though I didn't really like the first one.
I was gonna watch it this weekend. I just
I
didn't.
had, yeah, I've kind of been feeling like throwing it on just to kind of reaffirm, did I or didn't I? But the animated show on Netflix, Lost Vegas, which was supposed to be like a tie-in sort of situation, has stalled completely. So don't be expecting that shit anytime soon. He also said that with Planet of the Dead, he's not looking to jump on board right now because of the commitment to Rebel Moon. It's so big. Like he's saying this shit is Star Wars. So I'm kind of excited for Rebel Moon dropping Christmas this year. So in terms of China releases, Dungeons and Dragons got a China release, which is wild considering it's got magic in there. And kind of, you know what I mean? Like that was a red flag for me. I was like, what is China kind of pulling here? But then Little Mermaid and Fast X is also scheduled for release there, which is crazy because Little Mermaid has magic in it. So who knows? Maybe they're getting a little bit more lenient on the whole magic sort of situation, just so that they can pump that box office up there. Jason Momoa is pretty confident his Aquaman will make it through to the DCU. he's saying like, we'll get to see Arthur in a trilogy, but I don't know.
I don't see it, to be
Me
honest.
neither.
If I'm being honest, I don't have any high hopes for the second movie. Like, I'm excited, but I reckon it's not going to be as good as that first.
I didn't
Hmm.
even watch the first one at the movies.
Me neither.
I did. I
You
watched
did?
the first one with the
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't seen anything for the sequel. Early word of mouth is that the sequel is trash. But I don't want to say anything just yet. I don't want that to be the narrative because we still got to fucking see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
Curb Your Enthusiasm will end with season 12. Larry David and HBO haven't renegotiated their contract that they've had in the works for like 12 years or something like that. Whenever
Yeah.
Larry David wants to, he can make a season basically. So that it'll end with this one. House of the Dragon season 2 will go shorter with 8 episodes, where season 1 had 10.
Mm.
So they're dropping 2 episodes, but that's so that they can save this big battle for the third season.
Oh, God.
Which, yeah, so George R. R. Martin said that the show should be 3 to 4 seasons, 10 episodes each to completely cover that arc, and then that should be it. So it looks like they're hobbiting this shit and just extending it. We'll see.
Mate, they should
Sa-
just end it with that battle. Because
Yeah.
then you don't know
Yeah.
who's survived and what they're
Mm.
doing. And just that next season starts off so much, like,
Yeah.
with so much intrigue and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Because it's
Fucking
kind of
A season.
anticlimactic
Yeah.
when you end it on the lead up to the battle. Because then you like, now I got to wait a whole fucking year. You know what I mean?
But that's what they did with the last season. Why would you want to do that again?
Badly.
Yeah.
Like shit was just heating up.
Fucking badly.
Thomas Hayden Church as immediately went to Mary J. Blige. That's good. Thomas Hayden Church was saying on the future of the Sandman character in the Spider-Man cinematic universe, he could be returning. And this goes in line with a lot of what Willem Dafoe and Topher Grace and kind of other people are kind of saying about coming back into the fold, which might be a thing in Secret Wars. We don't know.
Hell yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Even if he did something animated for Across the Spider-Verse would be cool.
That'd be sick.
Some big news. So a major shakeup at Disney with budget cuts around Disney Plus. So Ike Perlmutter, who was the original owner of Marvel Entertainment, has now been given his walking papers, which is crazy. A lot of turmoil over the years between him, Kevin Feige, until Bob Iger kind of stepped in and just said, Kevin reports to me directly, giving Kevin Feige more reign over the budgets and whatnot. Because Ike was just cutting them those fucking budgets right from under their legs, and they had to stretch it and do all this other shit. Yeah. Apparently he's Mossad as well.
What?
Yeah. Apparently he's deep into like spy culture, which is why you never see him photographed. Very rarely do you see him out in public photographed.
Right.
Apparently. Yeah.
It's a cagey old fucker, is he?
Yeah. Him and Steven Seagal, I think, have parties. They talk about the CIA and Mossad days.
Fucking parties with poot.
Fucking hell. Tarantino has confirmed that his last movie, The Movie Critic, is not going to be about Pauline Kael, but it will still have a female protagonist. So a little bit interesting. Might not even be about a classic movie critic. But I'm really interested in what's going to happen. Clint Eastwood has planned his final film. The man is 93 years old. It's going to be called Juror Number 2, starring Nicholas Hoult. And yeah, there's some turmoil about a trial that's running. He's juror number 2, and he was involved in the shits. He's got to make the decision whether he says something and just owns up to it, or he derails the complete jury to get away with it.
I like it.
We'll see. Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors there.
Mm.
Josh Brolin was talking about why Sicario 3 just hasn't happened. And he was saying it is the death of the mid-sized budget movie. Saying a lot of his friends that kind of make these movies are finding it hard to actually get something greenlit now because it's not bankable for Hollywood. They want the big Marvel kind of machine happening. So hopefully they get that off the ground because that like they set up so much in Sicario too, so it'd be cool to kind of just end it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Killers of the Flower Moon comes in at 4 hours. We already reported on that. And Simu Liu said the expectation that he has for Shang-Chi 2 isn't that there's more pressure for it to perform. He said it's already been sort of outed. It's good. It's been tested. And now he's in there to have fun. And that is all the news and developments for the week.
Nice, nice, nice. All right. So, Ted Lasso.
Mm.
Zava is here.
Fucking hell.
Zava showed up and showed out. It was amazing.
Yeah. They covered a lot of ground in this episode.
They did. They went from the bottom of the ladder all the way up to the number 3.
Yeah. Under
So
West
it's-
Ham and Man City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see the turmoil sort of brewing with Jamie and him not being on board with Sava being there, and him sort of feeling just like Roy, essentially.
Yeah.
Being sort of one of the older members of the team now, and you know, going through the motions, even though he's still young. Yeah, that was really nice to see. Supposedly Rebecca is going to have a baby, going by the psychic, which is crazy.
That's wild.
Because that was, if it is false, like it's really heartless of her to fucking say that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. But it's starting to come true, the matchbook and that.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for the matchbook to kind of drop at the end when they were like, I got these, pass them out. And I was like, it's a fucking matchbook for sure.
Give me that fucking matchbook.
Oh, fuck.
I think with Ted, the biggest thing that you find out is that his wife is now going out with their psychiatrist, which is like borderline bloody,
Unethical.
unethical.
It's a dirtbag maneuver.
That
Yeah.
this is kind of weird.
He's right in there too, the
Yeah.
fucker.
With the
I
son
didn't
and
like that.
everything.
I didn't like that
either.
at all. And you know what's crazy is that he talks about himself more when he's in that state. That's one of the flags that you know Ted's not right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like he outtalks the psychiatrist. I would have felt a little way about Zava coming into that club as well. Like there's a lot of dick riding going on at the moment.
Badly.
I just didn't like even Roa, like Danny. Like, why is he gonna be like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't like. There's a lot of build up. And just wait until that O gets like injured or something like that, and they got to rely on each other. And then what?
Yeah.
All that dramatic bullshit about the meditator. I was just like, I want that O out.
I would
You
have
know what I
been
mean?
like Jamie, straight
Yeah.
up. I would have been like, nah, I'm not doing this.
But I do like what they're creating with that little Karate Kid relationship there,
Yeah.
with like Roy being the Miyagi. Fuck you. We've already started.
Come on. Clean that up.
Fuck when he smacks that chocolate ball out of his head. It was hilarious.
Tomorrow, 4 a.m.
I'm rather liking these little 50-minute episodes as well.
Same.
It's because it gives us a bit more. What I was finding with the initial, like the first and even the second season, was that the episodes were so short, and I was just like getting into it. That's why I had to watch like a whole season that one night.
Yeah. That's what you
So
end up
just-
doing.
Yeah.
Like, I already know, like, after this season finished, I'm going to go back to the start. And just, like,
Fuck.
blitzkrieg all the way through.
Blitzkrieg. Fucking hell.
But yeah,
Oh,
man,
shit.
overall, great episode. Another great episode of Lasso.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hell yeah. We got that the next episode of Mandalorian as well. Is what's this one about?
No, this is with that O that took over Carl Weathers'
Yeah,
Planet.
the
Yeah.
Gorian Shadow.
yes,
Yeah.
Gorian Shard.
Swamp Thing.
The
Yes,
best
yes,
name
yes.
ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that was mad. I actually didn't expect that Grief Karga would actually go to the Mandos and then be like, hey, like, help brother out. And for them to actually be like, yes, we'll be there in full force and shit.
Yeah,
Mm,
that was
Yeah.
great. Got to see like those bandos operating on a planet together. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It looks like they have a planet, a home planet now, if they want it.
Yeah.
But by the end of the episode, it looks like uh, what's her face? What's her name?
Bo-Katan?
Oh,
Bo-Katan removes her helmet because she was told to,
yeah.
and she is going to walk both paths.
She's the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What was interesting though is at the end of this episode, we got to see that Moff Gideon got away.
Mm,
Yep.
There was a little piece of Beskar embedded into the ship as well.
Mm.
Supposedly, people are saying that the hand that you see is Cara Dune.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really did a dirty. Huh?
Not
They
only
didn't
did they
even
kill her,
allude. Yeah.
they killed her off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild to me.
And they didn't even name her. It's like the unmarked grave.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
I don't know if
I just really liked the episode.
Same.
yeah, me too. I don't know if it's on the nose to say, but do you reckon like with the Beskar, it was Bo-Katan who freed Moff Gideon?
Yes.
That's what I thought as well. I was like, straight away, Bo-Katan, this was all just part of a plan. Like, she's just waiting
Yeah.
there for Mando in her little, like, and that's why all the TIE fighters were there and they could
Hmm.
intervene and kind of give her reason to leave with Mando. A little
He's
bit
there.
shifty.
He's there. Moff Gideon is there. That's where he is.
Yeah.
He's hiding out there.
Yeah.
On Mandalore or at
No,
her
no, no.
place?
At her place.
Mm. Yeah.
Dirty bitch.
Yeah. It just feels a little
Jeez.
too it just feels really convenient that she's like, currying all this fucking favor with the Mandalorians just to then like this is probably all her plan to get that damn Darksaber again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
And the Mythosaur.
Yeah, but I reckon that Mythosaur it didn't respond to her. It responded to Mando because he has the Dark Blade.
Mm.
It grabbed him. I wanted to see what he was about.
Yeah. What you about?
They call me the Mythosaur.
Fuck.
Wow.
I hope like the fight happens on Mandalore and it's Mando that dives back into that water and he comes out with that Mythosaur. If he does,
Ooh.
it's all over.
He can't do that because in that episode of Boba, he came through riding
Oh
the bloody
yeah, the Rancor.
the
Fuck.
rank.
Maybe that's like just like Mando shtick, just like big riding beasts and whatnot.
The Beast Rider. Used to
Well, I
have
was
a-
thinking about it. Like, if they could never take their helmets off, they was like just be going at it, helmet on the whole time, just naked
Maybe-
with the helmet on,
Maybe that's what it is.
and boots for traction.
Maybe they got a little flap for the PP. They go full.
That's wild.
But no, I reckon that'd be the new sound instead of the headboard banging. It would just be the helmets clanging.
Helmets clanging. That's wild. Just have the jetpack on as well.
You see the little thing come down to fire the missile when the hose finishing.
He just shoots the missile in the air.
Fireworks.
Just the train going in the tunnel and shit.
Yeah. Do you reckon they say this is the way when they finish as well? And then just roll out.
That's wild. Fucking hell. That nice little return of succession there, champions. Man, the only thing that I could think about is fuck these Ozus proud when they hate everyone in their surroundings and they want their like, either their parent or their kids there that they're at war with. they, they all wanted their company. Logan's going off the fucking rails.
He's going crazy because there's no pushback.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it. Like
There's-
he's surrounded. He's literally surrounded now by yes men, and he is going crazy. You're a mean old man.
That was hilarious.
You know what killed me? So basically, this episode, it's Logan's birthday again, which is crazy because I think in the first episode it's his birthday.
Yeah.
And he is obviously just pissed off. His kids aren't there. They're setting up this new venture. They get word that Pierce, who Logan has hated for, it's like enemy number one for him, and he's
Yeah.
wanted to bloody buy them off so many times now. Is up for sale. They're talking to what's his face, to Waystar, but then the kids get involved. Anyway, so he's at his birthday. And what killed me was the what's his face when Tom's like, you have to tell him. You have to tell him what you've done.
That was so wild. She's a little frisky, you know.
She can be a little wild, and
there was some rummaging in each other's pants. And you know what's crazy? When he comes back from telling Logan, and he's like, "So I told him," and then he said, "You're a wild one, Greg," or something like that. And then he smiled.
I know.
Yeah.
You're a wild one, Greg. And then he smiled a little bit.
Fuck, Greg is so spineless. Because when he's like, Logan's friend comes over, he's like, Logan said she needs to leave. And then like Greg goes with him, and then he's like, I don't want to miss out on anything in the room, so maybe you should do this by yourself. And then like goes
what
back.
did he say? I don't want to see how the sausage is made or something like that. Really stupid. Like, what are you doing, mate?
Such a good episode. It was good getting back to it. But man, that game, that back and forth that they play, I don't even know if buying Pierce is in the best interest of even what's his face? The other like the kids.
It's not.
You know what I mean? They only won it because they knew that Logan wanted it. But what the fuck are they going to do with it? They've sunk all of their capital into buying one company that Kendall even says, like, we're putting money into it that we could have used for marketing and stuff like that. So now they've got basically nothing, which might have also been in Logan's plan.
That's what I think it is. He'd be pissed off in that. Just on the surface, I think it was his plan all along. He wants them to buy Pierce so they can control Pierce, and eventually he's going to back out of that deal, and then Pierce is going to come running back to him. He's going to be, that's
I almost think once they get Pierce, he's going to try persuade them to come back into the flock, because then they own the two biggest media conglomerates in the country, the world, which is like a Disney and a Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but it also, if it is the kids sort of out of Waystar, then they can control both of those networks and pump the same message if they want to, right?
Yeah.
He's extremely smart.
Yeah.
Especially now with the election and everything that's going on. Like he can control all of the news then. He is really, really smart.
Isn't it crazy that he says, oh yeah, we've sorted out the election already? It's like, fucking what?
they didn't even announce candidates yet. That's what was crazy. It was, now we're going to go to this house and to someone's place up in the mountains or wherever it is and decide today who the president is going to be for the next 8 years.
That's
someone
crazy.
that's going to like be nice to us.
Yeah.
Wild.
In our best, that was insane.
That's what those Build-A-Bear and all those sort of meetings are. That's what they are. That's why the richest people in the world get together and start like, that's what they decide.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's wild shit. Shiv as well, getting a little soft there.
Yeah.
She is, eh? She is
She-
getting a little bit soft. I think
she's
because she
pregnant,
doesn't
right?
have the. Yeah. Maybe she is. She also isn't getting that attention from her dad.
Yeah.
So it's almost like she needs Tom. Because when
Yeah.
she was in her political bag, she fucked with Tom heavy. And now that, you know, she doesn't have Logan there, it's like, well, Tom, you might be good enough.
Mm.
It's so weird, their interactions
Mm.
and stuff, because Tom is pretty honest.
Yes.
And like he's even honest, like he's probably a bit too honest with Logan when
Are
he's
you
like,
calling me
should.
for permission, or are you calling me to tell me what's happening? Like, what are you doing? Like, that was wild.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good
I can't
episode.
wait tomorrow. I only watched it today, I think, that episode. But yeah, so I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm gonna see what happens.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Mm.
Got Yellowjackets as well. Yeah. Oh fuck! I can't believe that Shiv knew about that.
Tom would have told her.
Fucking hell,
Idiot.
dickhead. Yellowjackets episode 2 of the second season. Little bit more shit happening this time around. The cops are onto Shauna about about Adam going missing. You know what I mean? The daughter covers up for Shauna as well.
Yeah.
I was for sure thinking she was going to hand over that license piece. And the cops are trying everything that they can to pump information out of that family too. It's crazy. A little bit dirty.
Well, they're not allowed to do that, babe.
Mm.
So anything that they got from that meeting would be inadmissible.
Yeah.
And she's underage.
Yeah.
She's a child. And that guy bought her a drink. So as if the bloody, department wants to see that. What an
Badly.
idiot.
But yeah, this one was big on Tysa
Oh, man.
and the spiral that she's currently on as well.
Yeah, because she's not sleeping, right?
Mm.
So she's burnt out. She's basically running on coffee, it seems. And doesn't look like she's eating.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to stay awake, because she knows if she goes to sleep, the other Tysa comes out.
Yeah.
The man with no eyes comes out.
Yeah.
Fuck, that scares me.
Yeah, bro.
Every day, like in that first season of turn these lights on.
And then, yeah, like you said last week, try to kill that chick. Maybe the other Tysa did come out and plan it just subconsciously.
Yeah.
Plant that seed of their son being there, and he really wasn't. Only to get into that car accident on the way over to the school.
Yeah.
A little bit crazy. They crossed the line as well.
Yes.
Full on cannibals this time. Hot steaming human Jackie.
God.
Buffet was wild.
It's almost smoked.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, was like literally low and slow. When
Yeah, it was like
Jesus.
fucking cold smoked.
Yeah, it was too.
Fucking disgusting.
You know how delicious it'd smell in there?
That's
seriously,
wild,
it'd
eh?
smell like pork, like roasted pork going.
Fuck.
That'd be the wildest shit, eh?
Ugh.
Because you'd be hungry as fuck. At that point, the rations is down. It's winter, and you got a hot meal waiting for you outside, and that smoke is just flooding into the house. Like that shit was so good that it woke them up.
Yeah.
All in unison. Even
What
the
is
Owen
that
Crutches came out like,
smell?
"What the fuck is smelling
I
so
know.
good?"
It was crazy for me to see how fast they went to it, though. Like
And
it wasn't like I don't know if I could. Well, one of them was like that. It was the coach, but it was, I don't know if I can. There was no There was nothing holding them back. It was just okay. Yep, this is it. This is what we got to do.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
wild.
That was crazy.
All
And
meat
that
would
little
be tainted
montage.
anyway.
What's it?
All that meat would be tainted anyway.
Would it?
Yeah, they cooked the organs inside that.
It did too.
Dumb. Very, very dumb.
Waste of good meat.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a cannibal or anything like that, but like, if I was starving, I don't know.
I'm not doing that. Even if I gotta eat snow. Bears do it, goddamn.
Damn. Those might have to. You telling me that if you came out and them titties had just like rendered away into the meat, you not eating?
No. I know what it does to you. Makes you crazy. That's what taster
mad
is.
cow disease.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
taster is. The way it makes you sick as well. So humans can't the way that we're because we're so when we eat stuff we ingest all of the nutrients and it gets dispersed into our body. We're
Yeah.
too nutrient rich for us to eat each other. I don't know if it's a way that we evolved, more than likely, to be honest. But yeah, we can't eat it. If we eat another person, we get sick. We also get problems with our brain.
See, I don't know if I'm thinking about that.
Oh, I'm thinking about that, B. I
I
ain't
think
dying. I don't.
I'm eating that. They made it back.
In the movie, yeah.
Them Alivos made it back and they was eating frozen ass.
Yeah, that was right.
They ate the ass
Jesus.
Just
first.
out there. Fast.
Shame. Those had it tough.
Because they were eating frozen raw people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, I don't even eat cold
wild.
chicken.
Yeah, that's true.
What else happened in the episode? Besides like the little montage and all that sort of shit, getting closer with the investigation.
What's her face with Harvey? Made out like Harvey's dead. I don't know why she did that.
Yeah, that was a
What
bit
a
fucking
dumb
stupid.
bitch.
I know.
Why
You
they
know
so-
that
why
what's
they
his face.
still so jealous? That's what I don't get. Like, how are you thinking about that when like the main thing you're supposed to be thinking about is survive?
I think that gives them something as well. That adds to the will to live. Know what I mean?
What, getting jealous that your boyfriend's talking to the crazy girl? That's why she did it, so that he wouldn't believe in whatever Lottie said.
I what I took from that wasn't the jealousy angle, but more that she didn't want him getting his hopes up that this guy's alive. She just wanted him to just like give it up and just forget it. Now that I was mentioning it, maybe because he done fucked around with Jackie already.
Yeah. But at the same time, that him believing that his brother's still out there is going to give him hope to keep going. He's going to trek further. He's going to do everything. Now, what does he have? His brother's dead. I might as well
Yeah.
die now.
That's right. But
Know what I
that's
mean?
like that's that little insight into Natalie's character and her addiction and all that sort of shit. Fuck, like selfish,
Yeah.
big time selfish. But I guess
Very,
that
very
all
so.
that shit melts away in that situation. Self-preservation. And Elijah Wood made his entrance in this episode as well.
Yes, he did. What's his name? What's his handle?
Fucking hell.
I can't remember because he signs off his letter.
Yeah, yeah.
Really, man? Like, that's what we're doing. Like, really, that's what I'm
Yeah.
not going to sign Jiggerman 213 off as I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Far out. Oh, I put the putting the sick back in forensics.
Yes.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Fucking hell. It was funny. It was good. I like the tone that they're kind of striking. This one was a good second episode where
Yep.
they kept on with some of the themes, nice flashbacks and shit like that. But
Yeah.
it's also where the story can go because Natalie is also finding out from Lottie just what the fuck happened in what's his face's last days,
Yeah.
where he wanted to go, he wanted to contact a spirit thing,
Mm.
which was wild. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Like they've actually made contact, and they've never broached that in the show before.
Not yet.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's where it's going to lead in the next
Mm.
one because when that happened, then Lottie's seen something,
Yeah, but
which is
Lottie's
that
always
chick
seen
that burnt
shit.
up. Yeah,
Lottie needs to be on stronger meds. Even now, as an adult, needs to be on stronger fucking meds. The shit that they're
yeah.
doing is wild. The that camp that she's got is it's crazy.
Hmm, that's some cult type
Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna bury you alive now, and it's for therapeutic reasons, and
Yeah,
you're wearing this color, it's not purple. Like, what are we doing?
yeah. That
That's a
evil,
cult.
that Evil Dead remake, that was one of the cures for like, just burying
Yeah.
him alive and get rid of the curse, is burying him alive. Wild shit. Yeah, I was in, man. I'm in now.
I'm liking it.
All right, and then the last thing for the week was Tetris.
Second last thing.
Go on there, champion.
Or the other thing. Are we allowed to
Earlier,
talk about the other thing?
yeah, we're allowed to talk about
All
it.
right. So yeah, Tetris was actually really really good. So this tells the story about how Nintendo actually got the video game and portable video game rights to Tetris. Now Tetris was built
Hmm.
in Russia. Russia at the time was part of the USSR.
Hmm.
Um, it was just communist Russia. It was crazy. It's not the Russia that we have now.
Yeah,
Or at least it's a different sort of Russia that we have now. Um,
yeah,
it it was great. Like I loved seeing how many like sort of hoops I had to jump through just to get this, and it's about Nintendo's sort of racing. What are they called? Mirrorsoft to try and buy this IP because they
yeah,
know like it's just going to launch like everything for Nintendo. This is also
yeah.
when Nintendo's just about to put out the Game Boy, and they want to sort of ship Tetris with the Game Boy, which is the best
Mm,
idea. Like when you think about it, Tetris is the game that you want to play on your Game Boy.
yep,
Even now, like just that screen is just built perfectly for Tetris.
that's right. Yeah, it really
Um,
is.
but yeah, it was awesome. I didn't
Yeah,
know most of the stuff that was going on. Like
same.
all of this was new to me.
Same. And no doubt that they dramatized it, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
of
But in the
course.
context of the movie, the
Mm,
shit was good. Even the Tetris references, how they
yeah.
really relied on 8-bit and stuff like that to tell the
Mm,
story, all of that helped the tone of the movie, as well as the pacing on this shit was perfect. And I almost think that this and Air were the perfect double feature
yeah.
because they're very similar in how they kind of they tell the story, execution different, but like the Tetris is beautiful.
Mm,
I'm not seeing myself going back like every year or whatnot, but just in terms of finding out what happened in them actually getting that Tetris, like that game, getting the
mm,
rights and shit. Them Maxwell's is some fucked up characters that I
yeah.
was stealing.
Yeah.
And
Have you
Ghislaine
seen?
is the daughter.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
Guylaine,
yeah, her too.
Ghislaine.
That's probably what she liked to be called.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
She was a character, dog. Fucking hell.
She's a fucking cow,
Fucked
that
up.
lady.
Fucking hell, sick fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. So I like, I'm working out. I'm working out this kind of rating algorithm sort of thing that I want to do. And for me, the three things that stand out: memorable. How memorable is it? Is it rewatchable? And the performances.
Mm,
That's kind of where I'm at the moment.
mm.
I'm gonna give Tetris a big ol' out of 3, a 1.5.
Hmm.
1 for performances, 0.5 for rewatchable, and it gets a 0.5 for memorable because of the execution there.
Yeah.
Liked it. Liked it.
You forgot the fourth, the howdy doody factor.
Explain this howdy doody fact.
Howdy
Expound on that.
Never
Give me
can.
more of that.
It's just a feeling.
Oh, I just want to add the vibe check in there. All right.
Is there an overall mood for this?
Something I'm developing. I was just putting it out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll work on that. This is just the foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's the bones. What I'm laying down here. Yeah. You didn't watch Tetris, huh?
No, didn't get a chance to
Nah,
this weekend.
all good. The big thing that we watched for the week was Air. Air came out. Story of Nike signing Michael Jordan on an endorsement deal, the biggest endorsement deal at that time, especially for a rookie who had never set foot on a NBA court, which is the definition of rookie. Matt Damon's in this one. Fucking Ben Affleck's in this one. Viola Davis. Old mate from Ozark.
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
But also
The man.
Chris Messina, who fucking killed it in this movie. Chris Messina might have the performance of the movie for me. Only because I loved how he went from 0 to 100.
Fuck you, I'm not fat. I'm in great shape. I'm in great shape.
You seen me lately?
I love it. Hey, what's his name? Is it Phil in there? Hey, Phil. What? I'll see you on Monday. Fuck you.
Fucking hell. This movie was fun, man. It
Oh,
was
man.
fun. Affleck at that level, because this is an ensemble piece. There's a lot of moving pieces as well that have to explain things and kind of make sure that the audience gets it, but also make sure that the audience has a really, really good time. Affleck did this really, really well with pacing. You didn't even know. I thought, okay, we got another half an hour, 45 minutes of the movie. The pacing was on point. The movie was
Yeah.
done already.
Yeah.
He's great at that, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Argo shouldn't work. It shouldn't work as a movie.
Yeah.
But
No.
too many moving pieces, too many moving cast members. You have cast members set in. They're not in Israel. They're in
Iran.
They're in Iran, and you've got cast members in LA, and then you've got
That's
the
right.
CIA on top of that. Like, it
That's right.
shouldn't work,
Yeah.
right?
Plus
It
the
does.
film industry things that are kind of happening in there,
Yeah.
which is wild. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And he knocks it out of the park in this. This is why Affleck is the filmmaker, you know what I mean? And then you add Damon in there, and that chemistry is on point. Damon and Affleck work so well together, and you can kind of see that in the movie as well. Damon effortlessly kind of floats through this movie.
Yeah.
And is really, really good as Sonny
Yeah.
Vaccaro.
Kills it. I love his relationship with Chris Tucker's character.
Yep.
I love his relationship with what's his face's character, Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
But you know the guy that Chris Tucker plays. He actually knows him.
Wow.
Yeah, so he got to spend as much time,
That's
just
smart.
learning how he speaks and all that sort of stuff. The whole the thing about Marlon Wayans' character being his best man is true. The thing about what's his face, him being at the "I Have a Dream" speech, that is also true. What's his face? I was watching because we watched the movie and then I got to watch all of the interviews that people had done and started doing. So Affleck was like, there's a lot of Chris Messina's role is a lot on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said he wanted to figure out how to do it differently because usually it's just okay, we'll shoot him, and then we'll get reactions, and then from this person, and then we'll shoot this person and get reactions from him. Yeah, he said we didn't want to do that. So what he did was he set up that office with like 3 cameras for Chris
Yeah.
Messina, and then set up an like somewhere down where he couldn't really hear the reverb with what's his face with Damon, and those were live calls that
Oh
they're making.
shit.
So when they're talking, those are live calls that they're taking and making, because usually like it's someone else on the other end of the phone giving lines.
Yeah.
But then, like, they could play and change it up and do whatever they sort of wanted
Yeah.
to with that character. It's beautiful.
And it worked. Their chemistry in the movie was fucking crazy. It was so funny. And like I think this is the first time that I've really kind of seen Affleck flirt with funny.
Yeah.
Because, like Argo kind of had it in there, but very, very heavy at points. Whereas this kind of kept that tone all the way through.
Yeah.
I think that helped. That helped with the pacing too. Because I never felt like this is dragging or anything like that. Because you always had something kind of pepping you up.
Mm.
I love the. And if you do pull this off, we'll probably be best friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was really, really liked it.
Yeah.
Like, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to watch it again, to be honest.
Mm.
Like, I'm excited to watch it again. Yeah. I just
I
wish
think
they
that
sort of
sealed the
waited.
deal for me. What's it?
I wish they waited. If they had released this towards the end of the year, it's maybe awards contender. It's not going to be that now.
No, it won't. It'll be forgotten.
Yeah.
Well, what do you reckon it would get nominated for?
Scripting. I think Affleck did a great job directing. What's his face? What else? Yeah, I think Viola Davis did a really, really nice job
Yeah.
playing the character that she's playing, Jordan's mom. Yeah. And Chris Messina
Yeah.
killed it. It's the most memorable.
Chris Messina was really
Yeah.
fucking good. He's the
Most
stand-up
memorable-
performance for me in the movie.
Yeah, piece of the movie.
Bob Richardson DOP'd this one. Bob Richardson does a lot of Tarantino shit. So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, how they're driving up to the mansion and that, and he's got the fucking crane going over the house, meeting them there at the doorstep. That's all Bob Richardson.
I love that
He-
shot.
And Affleck worked with him in Live by Night.
So that's what what's his face said. So Affleck, what he does is he'll get his friends in front of the camera, and then he has his friends behind the camera as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
He obviously remembers everyone he sort of works with, and it's like, I had a good experience with him. I'm gonna work with him next time. I'm gonna hire him, or I'll hire him. I'll hire this guy.
Yeah.
I just
But
want go on.
you go. No, go.
No, I just said I just want Affleck to sort of continue doing this, like continue to direct.
Yeah. I need that. Because
Yeah.
he's going into different genres now.
Yeah,
Like he had his little thriller kind of piece, and then the drama and whatnot. He hasn't done a full-on action movie or anything like that. And I think The Town is as close as we get, but that's also in the crime thriller genre as well.
Heat when you think about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it is. And he's kind of done his historical thing as well. I really hope he kind of explores. Like, I'd like to see an Affleck horror movie. Know what I mean? Like to see what his eye is and the beats that he wants to kind of capture. Bob Richardson had a goal in this movie, so Affleck actually told him, like, I want it to be the 80s, but I don't want it to be in your face the 80s. You know what I mean? Like a kind of satirization of it. That it's obviously the 80s and whatnot.
It's not the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, so it's not. He doesn't glamorize the 80s at all, which is why the movie doesn't look. It doesn't look like everything pops or whatnot. You get like little pops in terms of the fabric and whatnot, but it's not that neon shit that they show all the time. Like some of Phil's outfits with the purple leggings and shorts and stuff like that, and the shoulder pad jogging jacket.
What were they doing?
It's a
back in the
disgusting
80s?
frame. That's a disgusting frame when you're running down
It's
the
a
road.
triangle.
We're just a block
Yeah,
then.
yeah. So I really like the sort of the aesthetic that they went for, and the music choices were fucking fire.
Beautiful.
Like them doing the like there's no score.
Yeah.
The movie doesn't have an original score. It's all 80s tracks,
Mm.
but it's not the 80s tracks that you would think of. Like they don't play MJ in here.
No.
It's the understated, more kind of ballady,
Mm.
like heart and soul sort of songs.
Yeah. It's the homegrowns.
Yeah.
It's the
Fucking
stuff that regular
excellent.
people would be listening to in the 80s.
Yeah.
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 What's his face? Supposedly, Damon's character, his real wife was like, "How did you get so much of Bob's clothes into the movie? Like, you look like you just just stole his wardrobe from back then."
For Damon's character,
Mm.
fuck, his like Sonny Vaccaro's uniform was just standard trousers, shirt, t-shirt underneath, and it had to be like a checkered shirt or something like that.
You can't forget the moccasins. Man's had multicolor moccasins as
He
well.
did. He really, really did.
He was on it.
But Affleck
Sometimes.
was really good in the movie as well, though.
Yeah.
The only things that are kind of from a story perspective, I think they lowballed Nike to make them like the underdogs, the real underdogs in the story. And that's one angle to kind of take this so it stays within that sort of fun, sort of sporting kind of movie, like Karate Kid. You need the underdog kind of thing. But Nike actually out the gate was like, we're going to give you 500K a year. Know what I mean? Out the gate was 500,000. They knew what they were kind of doing, and it wasn't so much a seduction of Jordan as it was like business acumen, which is another angle to kind of take it. I know what I'm fucking like. I want to land this athlete because they already had the Benzes at that deal. In the real story, in the actual story, they had the die-cast Benzes ready to go. They're like, and you'll get both of them, red and black. You know what I mean? So like that's like one angle and like the kind of accurate sort of depiction of it. The other thing that I really would have liked to have seen, obviously didn't want to include it because of the angle that they were taking with Jordan, was that when Sonny gets that call saying, "Hey, we're going to go with you, Jordan. Like Michael wants to go with you." It's actually Jordan that calls up Sonny Vaccaro. Jordan made that call.
Jordan made that call, yeah.
Which I like in real life. I know that sounds weird. Like I like that in the real life story because it was at that point Jordan making that choice for himself. You know what I mean? He was swayed because the whole thing was Jordan hated Nike. It wasn't what the cool kids was wearing. You know what I mean? So that was nice in the real life thing. Obviously, they didn't do it here because they wanted to put the emphasis on the mother and whatnot, and kind of keep Jordan in the background, which is fair. I do like the way that they shot. Is it South Carolina? Where Jordan's from?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that they shot South Carolina.
North Carolina.
That's what it's North Carolina.
Because he's got.
I'll just say Carolina.
Jersey.
It's the NC.
Carolina. It's a blue. Yeah.
Yeah. North Carolina. The way that they shot North Carolina in that kind of magic hour, like almost like a day glow kind of vibe, was beautiful as well. Because it was like, this is the goal, this is the treasure, this is
It's also where they are is the weather's terrible there. Like it's always raining there wherever they are. Yeah. It's weird that Nike would have their
Oregon
headquarters there in Oregon. Yeah,
they have to have it in Oregon. That's where Phil got his start running.
Yeah,
he was originally one of the first men of Oregon. Fuck it up. That is a wild story. That's the story that I really, really want to see. But as like a little sort of satirized, nice packaged piece of that story, I'll take this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm fucking waiting on Netflix.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
the
Because they're doing that shoe dog, eh?
Apparently, you're gonna have the baby or what?
Allegedly. Go on.
What are you gonna say there, Bowder?
Oh, sorry, Vito. So I liked. I was thinking about it before. I like the beginning of this movie, how they really portray Sonny's character. Like they give you the info off the bat that this man is fucking. He's got all that sports knowledge when he makes those bets, and he's just so confident. Comes back, grabs his money, and then almost from that point to the end of this movie is him almost doing the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like he
Which
knows
is
what
like,
he's doing.
yeah, it's the gamble, which is like why they kind of show you, okay, he knows basketball, so he's gonna win.
Yeah.
But then he goes to that craps table and he just loses his fucking money.
Yeah.
So it's like this guy hits him what he knows about, but then like, you know, when it's up to chance, he really fucks it up.
Yeah. So good. That
It's a
sorry, dog, you go.
no. I'm just blurting out shit now. I'm like hype manning it.
Yeah. Mama.
North Carolina.
so, I thought Damon fucking took it to a really good level with this. Like it wasn't like this is next level Damon, but I thought with him and his monologue in here, but then almost as well as that shouting out Affleck as well with his monologue when he talks about Nike and who they are now as well when they're having that fucking argument with everything going on. But then also the change from like Phil Knight now to Phil Knight saying fuck it back in the day as well.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
really
that was
liking these arcs.
Yeah, really good character beats that they kind of had within like the context of that sporting movie. You know, in real life, you'd be a fucking, you'd be a hard ass and whatnot.
Oh man.
But Phil at the start was like that. He was the risk taker and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was like
Dreamer.
that. It's the kid that just like, fuck it, I'm in Japan. I'm gonna go meet with these O's on Itsuka, and then like, you know what? I want to sell you shoes.
So cool. One thing quickly is just I wasn't expecting the swears in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see a rating for this movie. I'm like, it's probably just gonna be a PG-13 fare, but still fire. And then the F-bombs just dropped. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
I do like that. Because it's funny how we've seen Champions, and that wasn't the movie for us. But then I kind of thought Affleck would be doing that in this, because yeah, like you said, we didn't see the rating. But then when it dropped, I was just like, all right, one for the boys, Mr. Affleck.
Yeah, the boys.
Nice. Has got any other thoughts on the old air there?
No.
Fuck. That is our last screener until we see Evil Dead Rise, which I was just like so fucking excited for. Check out Cabin in the Woods to complete that kind of Evil Dead scary movie type vibe for myself. Thank you. But yeah, thanks for rocking with us, especially those that watch it live. We appreciate it. Check us on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. We'll never get the check marks. Fuck you.
What do you mean?
I'm never paying for that check mark.
The $8.
Yeah.
Even LeBron said he's not paying the $8.
I see that. If you know me, you know I ain't giving up that $5.
You know what's hilarious is that someone like tweeted after him and was like, you know, it's $8.
Dude, I'm definitely. Oh fuck.
Just quickly as well. First trailer for season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen dropped. For all anime lovers out there, thought this was going to carry on from the film. It does not. It actually is another fucking prequel. So it goes from 2017 back to 2006 to give you the origins of some of the sorcerers in this show that you know and love, and you get to see some massive fights happening as well. No
Very nice.
release date. They're still saying winter, Japan winter, so July. So hopefully soon. Oh wait, they have the same winter as us. Never mind. Yeah, July. They're saying. My bad.
Nice.
It's Japan summer
Nice.
then?
No. So they've got the exact same seasons as us.
Do they?
Yeah. Because they're only a few hours away as well, so they just carry the same.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's only an hour difference there, actually.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's quite
Very
good.
nice. We will be back on Thursday. More thoughts on Mandalorian Succession. What else? There's other stuff.
That
Drops
should
on
be
the
it,
Wednesday.
because I think Yellowjackets
Lasso.
comes out Friday. Ted Lasso, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other one. But yeah, love yourself.